Okay, so here we go on section 9.1. These are three equations with three letters. So what do we do? We must cancel out one letter from all three. It doesn't matter which letter. Just cancel one letter out of all three. I'm going to do whatever looks easy. Looks like this Z is easy because if I add it to this guy or add it to that guy, it'll make them 0, and I'll cancel the Z out of all of them. So that's the first thing. Let's get the Z out of everybody. You could do the X or you could do the Y. It doesn't really matter. Just get rid of one of the letters. So, all right, so I'm going to bring it down here. I'm going to just take the first equation and the second equation and add them up. So I get 5x minus 1y. Right, this is 1x and 4x is 5. 2 minus 1 is 1. The z's cancel, and this is minus 3. So that was equation 1 and equation 2. And now over here, I'm going to take 1 and 3. So equation 1 and then equation 3. Why am I doing equation 1 and 3? Because the z's will cancel again. So what do I get here? 1x minus 2x is minus 1x. 4 minus 1 is 3y. And that's what, 23? Okay, so now, that's the first thing. You must get rid of one letter from all three. See how I got rid of z from all three? Now I have two equations with two letters. So let me bring the purple one over here. I got minus 1x plus 3y is 23. So now I have two equations with two letters. So what do you do now? Now you got to get another letter to eliminate. Doesn't matter, x or y, whichever. I think I'm going to just go ahead and multiply, the top equation by 3. And you see how that's going to, why am I deciding that? Because that'll make this minus 3y, which is the opposite of the plus 3y. So I get 15x minus 3y is minus 9. The bottom one is minus 1x plus 3y is 23. Add them up. 14x. These cancel. And what's that? 14. Isn't that beautiful? So then just divide by 14. X is 1. So we got x. X is 1. Now, what do we do from there? So you see what I did to make that happen. I got rid of z from all the equations, and I got these two equations that didn't have z in them. And then I made the y's opposites and got them to cancel. So I got my hands on x. So now, you don't want to go all the way to the beginning right now because you only have x equals 1. So plug in x equals 1 to one of these two equations that just have x and z. Like, let me grab the blue one there. It doesn't matter which one. Let me just grab that one. 5x minus 1y is minus 3. Put in the x. 5 times 1 minus 1y is minus 3. That's 5. Minus 1y is minus 3. Subtract 5. Minus 1y is minus 8. Divide by minus 1. Y is 8. So y is 8, positive 8. So now I've got x is 1, y is 8, and now I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning, back to any of these three in the beginning, and plug into one of those. So new screen. Plug in x is 1, y is 8, right? I'll just grab this first equation here. X minus y plus z. X minus y plus z, x minus y plus z is negative 6. Okay, so grab the 1 and pop it in. Grab the 8 and pop it in. So 1 minus 8 plus z, it's minus 6, what's that, minus 7, plus z, add 7, z is 1. So we got our three answers, x, y, z. What is it? 1, 8, so it's 1, 8, 1, x, y, z. There it is. So how did we do it? Again, we got rid of z from all three equations, and we got these two new ones that didn't have any z. And then from there, we just got rid of the y. So we got x. Then we plugged back into one of the equations that just had x and y. Got our hands on y. Then we plugged in all the way back to the beginning, the first equation, x and y, and we found z. Okay, so how am I going to do this one? This is number 2. Again, we must eliminate one letter from all three. We must eliminate one letter from all three. Now, last time I did z. This time, how about I do x? So I'm going to get all these x's to just go away. How am I going to do that? Well, I could take the second equation and multiply it by 2, and then I could add it to the top equation, and that'd be minus 2x and plus 2x, and they would cancel. So let's do that. So the top equation is coming down unchanged. Then the middle equation, we multiply through by 2, so minus 2x plus 4y plus 4z is 6. That's the second equation times 2. And now I can add these, and the x's drop out. I get 12y plus 1z and 4z is 5z is 14. Now I need to come over and take just these two. You have to take a different 2. So I did, it doesn't matter which 2, just there's a lot of combinations. Just I'm going to take the second and third equations now and just bring them over here, and I've got minus x plus 2y plus 2z is 3, and this one, x plus 4y plus c is 3, add them up, boom, those cancel, 6y plus 3z is 6. So see how I got x to drop out of all the equations, and now I have two equations that only have two letters, y and z. Bring it over, 6y plus 3z is 6. So now, how do I handle those two equations that only have two letters? Got to make opposites, got to make something cancel again, so I could multiply this bottom equation by negative 2. You see, and that'll make negative 12y. It'll cancel with the positive 12y. So let me bring down the first equation. And then the second equation becomes minus 12y, bring it down here, minus 6z is minus 12. Right, add them up. Y's cancel. We get, what's that, minus 1z is 2. Last step to get z alone, divide by negative 1. So z equals negative 2. So we got z. We've got one letter. Now that we have one letter, we go back to right here where we had the two equations with two letters, and plug in. So I'll just grab the first one of those. That was 12y plus 5z is 14. And plug in. Z is negative 2, so 12y plus 5 times negative 2 equals 14. So I just plugged in right there, z is negative 2. So it's 12y minus 10 is 14. Add 10 to both of those. 12y is 24. Last step, divide by 12. Y is 2. So I've got z, I've got y, and now I've got to get x. How do I get x? Now you go back to the very beginning. Just grab the first equation, doesn't matter. So I'm going to plug in. What do I got here? Y is 2, z is minus 2. To the first equation, which is 2x plus 8y plus z equals 8. So plug in y is 2, z is minus 2. We get 2x plus 8 times 2 plus minus 2 is 8. 2x plus 16 minus 2 is 8. 2x plus 14 is 8. And then subtract 14. 2x is minus 6. Divide by 2. X is minus 3. So we got our three answers. X is minus 3. Y is 2. Z is negative 2. So answers are negative 3, 2, minus 2, X, Y, Z. There we go. Okay, so here's number 3. It's the same thing. We must eliminate one letter from all three equations. How are we going to do that? Well, I don't know. Looks like we could probably do Z. Good enough, I guess. So if we took this top equation and multiplied through by negative 1. Oh, wait a minute. We were already missing x from the middle equation. So why don't we just get rid of x from the other two? Yeah, great. So let's just, let me just take this over here. 4x minus 2y plus z is negative 10. And then multiply through this one by negative 1. That'll be minus 4x minus 2y minus 2z is minus 2. Then if I add those up, the x's cancel. So what do we got? Minus 4y minus z, right? 1z minus 2z is minus 12. Now bring with that this equation. See, I didn't use them. I just used the first one and the third one. Bring this one, which already doesn't have x. You see. So now I have two equations that don't have x in them, because the middle one already didn't have x, and then I got the first one and the third one right here to cancel out x. So now I've got my two equations that don't have x. They're ready to be added right now, because the y's are going to drop out. Like that. Y's drop out. Let me change the color here. Y's drop out. But so do the z's. And this is 2. 0 plus 0 equals 2. That is not true. Whenever you get something like 0 plus 0 equals a number that's not true, that means no solution. Versus if you happen to get 0 plus 0 equals 0, that would be infinite solutions, because that is true. 0 plus 0 does equal 0. But our case, the answer to our problem is no solution. This is a no solution problem because all the letters dropped out and we got a statement that's not true. So if all the letters drop out and there's no truth, like 0 plus 0 does not equal 2, then it's no solution. Okay, so on number 4, you remember the game. We must make one letter cancel from all three. So notice y is already missing here. So if I could just get y to be gone from another equation, because what we need is we need two equations that only have two letters. I don't know if you noticed that pattern. We need two equations with only two letters. So if I just take these bottom two equations and I just add them, y will drop out. I'll get 9x plus 2z is, what do these make? I do not know. 44. Let's see, it's going to be negative 28. Okay, so I got y drop out, and then just bring this guy down because he already is missing y. So you see the name of the game. We're always about getting two equations that only have two letters by getting one letter to cancel from all three. I got rid of all the y's this time. Okay, now what do I go from here? Well, I got to get something else to cancel. So I got to get like those z's to cancel, for example. So now I'm going to multiply through this one by 7 and this one by 2, right? Because 7 times 2 will be 14, and 2 times 7 will be 2 times minus 7 will be minus 14. So what do we got? 63x plus 14z, and 7 times 28 is getting big here. Minus 196, and then 2 times 6 is 12x. Minus 14z is 46. Add them up. 75x. These cancel. It looks like 150. Last step to solve for x. X is 2. So we got x. Now what do you do once you've got x? You go up and you plug it in to one of the two equations right here that only had two letters. So I'm going to plug in x equals 2. Just grab, say, like this equation here, 9x plus 2z is minus 28. Plug in the 2. So it's at 18 plus 2z, and then subtract the 18. What is that? Minus 46, and then divide by 2. So z is minus 23. We got x, we got z. Now just grab the top equation. Oh no, that just has x and z. I need something with y. Grab this bottom one, I guess, because I got to find y. 2x plus y is minus 44. Plug in the x. The x is 2 right there. So 2 times 2 plus y is minus 144. 4 plus y is minus 144. Subtract 4. Y is minus 148. All right, we got all three, x, y, and z on number 4. Okay, so here on number 6, you know the drill. We got to get one of the letters to drop out. Make one letter cancel from all three. So what letter am I going to make cancel from all three? Well, the easiest one would be x. Why? Because this is a 1x here. That's easy to use. You go somewhere where there's a 1 or no number in front, which means 1, because that's easy to use. How am I going to use it? I'm going to multiply through this equation by 3 and add to the top equation. So this top equation will come down, minus 3x minus 6y plus 9z is minus 21. And then the middle one I'll multiply through by 3. 3x plus 6y minus 9z is 21. Add them up. Oh, look at that. 0, 0, 0, 0. What does that mean? Infinite solution. So when you have 0, 0, 0, because like that, whereas if you have 0 plus 0 plus 0 equals a number like 3 or something, that would be no solution. But we have infinite because it's true. So all zeros, that's a true statement. 0 plus 0 plus 0, 0 plus 0 plus 0 does equal 0. It's just kind of a silly statement. So when all the letters go away and you got truth, that's infinite solutions. Okay, so here's number 7. So again, the issue is make one letter cancel from all 3. So which letter there, which letter, X, Y, or Z, where, has only a 1 in front of it? This guy right here. So that's what I want to use as my tool to cancel out the other ones. Well, or you could, yeah, I'll just do that. So multiply through him by -4. Because -4 times -1 will make +4. We'll cancel this out. So bring down the top equation. -6, right, this -4 is going all the way to there and all the way to there. So you get -16x minus 8y plus 4z is -84 when he multiplies that. All right, and then bring down the one in the middle, this guy, -3x minus 2y minus 4z is 3. Add them up, -19x minus 10y, these cancel, -81. So we got rid of z from the first 2 equations. Now let's change our plan and multiply. We're going to go with the bottom one. So I'm going to multiply by 7 so that this will multiply and become -7, which will cancel the +7. So what do we get? Bring this down with the 7. It'll be 28x, multiplying 7 now. All the way to there and all the way to there. Multiplying 7, 28x plus 14y minus 7z. 7 times 21, 147. Okay, and then the bottom one, 2x plus 4y plus 7z minus 18. Add them up. 30x plus 18y. These cancel. Minus 18, 129. Okay, so now I have 2 equations that have just x and y. This is a difficult problem. So let me bring it over here. 30x plus 18y is 129. Bring it over. So now I got to get something to cancel from here. This doesn't look easy at all. What are you going to do? So I got to make something the same. So I can multiply this top one by 30 and the bottom one by 19. You know, just multiply them by each other. Then 30 times 19, whatever that is, and 19 times 30, whatever that is, that's got to be the same number. One's going to be negative, one positive. They'll cancel. So what am I going to get then? Minus 570x minus 300y, and right, that 30 goes there too. 243 minus 2430, gigantic numbers. And then this 19 goes to all 3. So that's going to be 570x plus 19 times 18, I don't know. I'm getting 342 y equals, and whatever 19 times 129 is, 2451. Add them up, and the x's cancel by design. What's that? 42y is 21. Interesting. Okay, bring it over here. 42y is 21. Divide by 42. Y is 0.5, or a half. Y is a half, so we got our first answer. Y is a half. Now, where are we going to plug it in? To one of these two, because these two only have x and y. I'll just grab the top one here. So, plug and y is 0.5 to minus 19x minus 10y. Minus 19x minus 10y is minus 81. So grab that 0.5 and plug it in right there. What do we got? Minus 19x, that's going to be 5. How do we solve this for y? For x, I mean, add 5 to both sides. Minus 19x equals whatever that is. Minus 76. Last step, to solve for x, divide by minus 19. X, is that just 4? Yep. Positive 4. So now we got x. So we've got y is 0.5, x is 4. Now we need a z. Where do we do that? Go back to the very beginning. Just grab one of those from the beginning. Doesn't matter which one. Maybe just the first one here. What is that? 4x plus 2y minus z. 4x plus 2y. 4x plus 2y minus z. 4x plus 2y minus z equals 21. I'm going to plug in y equals 0.5. X equals 4. And so what do we get? 4 times 4 plus 2 times 0.5 minus z is 21. What's that? 16 plus 1 minus z, that's 17 minus z is 21. Subtract 17 from both sides. Minus z is 4. Divide by minus 1, z is minus 4. So x, y, z, 4.5 minus 4x, y, z. There we go. That's a tough one.